Good morning. I'm Rich Tejada from Keys to Fitness. I'm here in sunny Mexico. It's almost the new year, December 28th today. Kind of cool. And I wanted to introduce my clients and anyone who's watching this video to the TRX suspension trainer, which I use now for the practice I have here in Ajijic, Mexico. And I'm using it for all my clients who are over 60. Some are 62 up to 85 years of age. I didn't use this before, but I started this year, and I found it very, very helpful in getting people to be able to do squats and other exercises which I thought might be too difficult with this particular piece of equipment. Whenever you watch videos on YouTube about this, most of the time they're dealing with people who are in their 20s, 30s, maybe sometimes in their 40s, but they rarely, if ever, have a video directed towards the population over 60. And so I've been using it now for the past year, and my clients love it. I have 5 people over 80 years of age, and all of them are using it, and a couple of them want to purchase it, although it's quite expensive to buy here in Mexico. So it's just basically 2 straps. They're very well constructed. And you hang it up, and behind me I have another setup. It's on the window bars, but this could be hung up in a child's playground or anything that you have overhead that's secure, that would not fall off or come down because you have a lot of weight on it. So I'm going to show you a few exercises that I'm doing with people, my clients, and see whether it makes sense to you. And I find that for things like squats, this particular piece of equipment takes a lot of the weight off of the legs and the knees so that you can get down and work your thighs. And it also is really good for your core and for push and pull exercises. So the push exercise is basically a push-up, which you can do on this. They call it a chest press. And for the pulling, it's a row, which, in a gym you would have a rowing device with a pulley system. So here you can do rows, and you can change it up and make it as easy or as hard as you want based on how much of an angle you have on your body. So I'm going to try and show you about 4 or 5 exercises. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me as I walk away from this camera, and you can see whether it makes sense to you. Okay? Here we go. The first exercise I'm going to do is a row, and you're going to have your body like this. Body is straight, so you're using your core, and you're just going to pull yourself up like this. Now if you want to make it easier, you have less angle, and it's much, much easier. You want to make it a lot more difficult, a lot more angle, you're pulling up a lot more weight. You see my body is straight, so I'm working my core while I'm doing this, and that's the advantage of this particular piece of equipment. You're using your core so often on all the exercises. Now for the squats, it's a similar position. And the more angle you have, there's a little more pressure on your shoulders, but there's a lot less weight on your legs, on your knees in particular. So when you're going like this, you're taking maybe 30 to 40% of the weight off the knees. So many of my clients have very bad knees, and they're all able to do squats with this equipment. But they have to keep their arms straight like this. If you go like this, you're putting more weight on your knees. So you have to keep your legs and arms straight like that. And a lot of times they can go down much, much further on a squat when you're using this piece of equipment. Okay, that's those 2 exercises. Now we turn around, and to do the chest press, which mimics a push-up, keep our body straight, arms like this, just go down like that. to make it easier, less angle, very, very easy. It's like doing a push-up off of your wall. You want to make it harder, much more angle, you're pushing up more of your weight. The next one, they call it a rollout, and this works the shoulders and your core. So I won't have too much of an angle. Have your hands out here like this, and you just go like that. So as you go like this, you have to tighten your core, protect your low back, and you're doing basically a plank. So if you want to make it easier, less angle again, and this is fairly easy. So this is a way to introduce people to doing a plank while you're also working your shoulders. Now another one that I haven't been doing too much of with people, I'm just starting out, it's a lunge with a chest fly. Now this can be done overhead also. So you're getting core and you're getting the lunge, which is working hamstrings and quads and your glutes. And when you're doing this with the handles, it's taking some of the weight off of the knees and the legs because you have your arms and hands holding you up more. So it's a lot easier to do a lunge like this than it is to do a lunge like this. More weight on your knees. So there's 5 exercises which I'm introducing. And like I say, the clients that I'm dealing with, every one of them is using it. 4 of them have knees that are difficult for them, have had knee surgeries, and they're all able to do squats with the TRX. And it also helps me to introduce them to core exercises without having to do planks on the floor. Many of them don't want to work out on the floor because of difficulties in getting up. They all can get up, but they prefer not to work out on the floor. So I recommend this, and give it a try. It is probably around 200 US to get these. In Canada you can get them for cheaper, probably about 180 Canadian dollars. So it's a lot cheaper to buy them in Canada on Amazon. Okay? Hope that's informative for you, and give it a try. Have a nice day.